Yeah, yeah. Lady Justice in the house.
Keeping the balances of justice level with the light of liberty shining bright.
You're so silly.
What?
Yeah. Right.
You don't boycott the entire place.
Yeah.
You just talk to the individual. The person.
Yeah.
But the business model itself is fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
why
It's not Starbucks' fault. I mean, they would never. That's not their policy. You know what I mean?
no, it's free trade coffee, and that's why I'm loyal to this brand.
It's what?
It's free trade coffee.
Free trade.
Free
All
trade,
right. Yeah.
It's really good coffee.
Yeah. It is really good coffee. I absolutely love Starbucks. But no, you're right. Don't blame the corporation.
No,
You know what I
would
mean?
never.
I mean, what struck me from that case was that, I mean, it's totally wrong for a barista to write that because they're at work and they don't have free speech when they're at work. But what the chief did is he used the government Facebook page in order to shed light on it, right? And as far as the government's concerned, everybody in here has free speech. Right. And so, people are allowed to call you whatever they want. Right. So if he had a problem with it personally, I would understand if he wrote on his own Facebook page. But to use the government's page, right, that's a little different. You know what I mean? If somebody calls you guys a pig, I mean, that may be rude.
But I won't
Right.
take offense to it.
But yeah, you're not allowed to take offense to it, legally
Well,
speaking. You're not allowed to be offended.
what happens is that as an individual person, I got in this profession to help people.
To help people.
But as there are people that have been in and out of the system, they may have a distaste to law enforcement because they were in a position where they saw law enforcement in a negative light.
In a negative light.
But when there's people that need our help, they see us in a positive light.
They see you in a
So
positive
it's
light.
a constant battle of that thin blue line where we're trying to help and prevent anarchy, chaos, but then also trying to uphold all the other little laws that people don't like to follow anyway. Does that make sense?
That people don't like to follow.
Yeah, like all the little laws, the little policies, or
The
city
little laws.
ordinances,
Uh-huh.
that
City ordinances.
may sound trivial.
They may sound trivial.
We have to do our job and enforce everything because we can't interpret the law. We can only enforce it.
You can't interpret the law. You can only enforce it. Yeah. But you have discretion, of course.
Yeah, we do. As school district police officers, we have a lot of responsibility because our primary goal is to protect the children of the school
Protect the children.
and that is our number one priority.
That's your number one priority.
More than
Yeah. More than anything. Yeah, that's a big problem right now.
Yeah,
There's-
active shooting is terrible in the United States.
Yeah, it really is. And, I just wonder why, right? What's the root cause of it? You know what I mean? Why are more and more kids doing this?
There's a lot of theories.
There's a lot of theories.
I will tell you that it could be due to mental health.
Mental health,
It could be due to poor parenting,
poor parenting,
lack of parenting.
lack of
Maybe
parenting,
parents are in the penal institution. Children grew up maybe in foster care.
foster care.
Prescription medication due to mental health. Also, violent video games. They grew up in violence. They grew up in gangs. And what I have researched since Columbine, if you remember Columbine,
Yeah, Columbine in Colorado.
1999
Mm-hmm.
was the beginning of what's called copycat active shooters.
Copycat active shooters.
That trend started from 1999 to 2019. And you can see, if you look at the statistics, an increase in active shooting. Sandy Hook, Santa Fe, El Paso. Well, that was a business shooting, but it wasn't school related. But still, you can look at the active shooting that happened in Florida, the Orlando massacre that happened at the Pulse nightclub, the shooting that happened in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
That was one of the most mass shootings in the United States history.
Yeah.
So what we have to do as individual officers is make sure that we're on top of our training, active shooter training, but also that our police departments are taking care of statewide initiatives to take care of everybody. Could you imagine if there was no shooting at Walmart? How do we respond?
How do you respond?
Well, we need the community support to support us.
Community support.
Yes.
That's a very important
Sir.
community and support. You really don't get anything done without the community behind you.
That's right. It's called restorative justice. You
Restorative
work with me and I
justice.
work with you. It's that simple.
It's that simple. Yeah, yeah. So you're suggesting that the motive in the school shootings is, I mean, if they're copycats, then the motive
Some
would
of
be
them.
like attention?
Well, if you
I
look
mean,
at
because there's always a motive, right, for every crime?
sometimes it could be political, it could be religious.
Mm-hmm.
The Pulse nightclub, when
Sure.
the FBI, when they... Now, I have to look at cite my references. If I'm not misunderstood, the United States, the Department of Justice, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, when they did their investigation, that investigation concluded that that was a religious act of
Religious
terror
act of terror.
because he had ties to ISIS. He believed in the ISIS movement.
He believed in the ISIS
I
movement.
believe that's what they concluded in their investigation.
I believe you're right that there were some ISIS connections uncovered from that. Yeah, and his wife too. I think went on. They charged his
Yes,
wife.
they charged her.
Yeah, they did with
But they,
with like being involved in the shooting, like knowing about it and not.
see, you know,
Well, you're sparking memories. That was an old case. It's hard to keep track of them all.
that's
You know
what
what I
we were
mean?
talking about.
You just lump them all together as like a trend going on.
It's becoming too commonplace in the United States.
Too
So
commonplace.
we have to have better efforts. We have to have better initiative plans and programs that can protect the children in school districts, but also the general public in malls, theaters, shopping centers, how to respond to domestic violence better, where officers can get shot like that with a house call. So it's very difficult. And people that have never been in a situation like that, it's difficult.
Yeah, I've never been in a situation like that.
So what they're doing is a lot of big departments like NYPD, LAPD, they're trying to implement these community-based programs where anybody can go to these, what do they call it, active shooter training?
Active shooter training.
It's civilian police. It
Civilian police.
It gives civilians a first-hand look of like, oh my God, this is happening. Do I shoot? Do I not shoot?
Oh my God, this is happening.
You
Yeah.
know, when you are in that crisis mode, you get a tunnel. It's called pursuit vision.
Pursuit vision.
And we train to push through that.
Unintentional blindness.
And
Yes.
when you are in what's called a fight or flight response, obviously your training kicks in, but still you're a human.
Still, you're a human. Yeah.
We're human beings. You know, we make mistakes just like everybody else.
We make mistakes.
So we do the best we can.
You do the best you can. Yeah, yeah. That's all you can hope for.